Uric acid excretion is also seen to be increased, or it is very much increased uh, in the urines of patients who are suffering from cancer or gout or the severe liver disease. Then the concentrated urine on cooling, it forms a brick red deposit which is mainly acid urate. And the urine which is excreted out, the concentrated urine which is excreted out on cooling, it will form a brick red precipitate which is mainly the acid urate formation. Then pure uric acid is colorless. Deposits of uric acid and urates are colored by absorbed urinary pigments, particularly the red uroerythrin. uroerythrin. So pure uric acid, if we will see that it is colorless. But if there is the deposition of uric acid, then the urates are deposited in this precipitate, and they are colored by absorbed urinary pigments, particularly the red colored uroerythrin. The specificity of the analysis of uric acid is increased by treatment with uricase. So, the specificity of the uric acid analysis can be increased by treatment with uricase, by using the enzyme uricase, the enzyme from hog kidney, which converts the uric acid to allantoin. Then next is the amino acids. One of the again other normal constituent of you, we can say the urine, is the amino acids. So about 150 to 200 milligram of amino acid nitrogen is excreted in the urine of adults in 24 hours. So again, the person who is having or who is consuming more proteinaceous food, he will excrete out more amount of the amino acid nitrogen, because the after the digestion of the protein, they are broken down into the amino acids. So these amino acids, about 150 to 200 milligram of amino acid nitrogen is excreted in the case of the adult urine in 24 hours. The infant at birth, it excretes about 3 milligram amino acid. The newborn child or the young one, it excretes about 3 milligram of the amino acid nitrogen per pound of the body weight, and up to the age of 6 months the value reaches to 1 milligram per pound, which is maintained throughout the childhood. So the newborn baby, it excretes out about 3 milligram amino acid nitrogen per pound of its body weight, and as it goes on growing up to the age of 6 months, the value it may reach up to 1 milligram per pound, which is maintained throughout the childhood states. Premature infants, they will excrete 10 times amino acid nitrogen. Premature means the newborns or the young ones which take their birth, or the new infants which take the new child which takes its birth before the we can say the delivery period, or before the 9 months uh, 9 months period, we can say. That is, some children, um, they are born in the 7.5 months, or in the 7th month, or sometimes in the some pregnant women, they give birth to the 8 months child also. So in such cases, these babies, they are called as the premature babies, or these premature infants. They are they will excrete about 10 times amino acid nitrogen than that of the full term infant. तो जो बच्चा 9 months 9 days लेके जो बर्थ लेता है, दैट विल शो अबाउट द नॉर्मल 3 milligram per pound of its body weight per 3 milligram per kilogram of the pound weight of the body weight of the newborn baby. But the premature baby, it will excrete more than the normal baby, that is 10 times in the premature stage. So the low excretion of amino acid nitrogen is due to its high renal threshold value. Then increased amounts of amino acids are excreted in liver disease. In the case of liver disease person or the subject, you will see that there is the increase amount of amino acid excreted in the urine, and in certain types of poisoning cases or poisoned persons will also excrete more amount of the or increase amount of the amino acids. Then in cystinuria, 4 amino acids like arginine, cysteine, lysine and ornithine, they are excreted in urine. Then the other one normal constituent of urine is the allantoin. It is the partial oxidative products of uric acid, and small quantities of the allantoin, they are excreted in human urine. So very small quantities of the allantoin, they are excreted through the human urine. And in other subprimate mammals, allantoin, the principal end products of purine metabolism, is excreted. Then the last is the sulfates. Sulfates, the urine sulfur is derived from sulfur containing amino acids such as methionine, cysteine, and therefore its output varies with the protein intake. The urine sulfur exists in 3 forms: inorganic sulfur, ethereal sulfur and the neutral sulfur. Now the first, that is the inorganic sulfate or inorganic sulfur. This is the complete oxidized sulfur precipitated from the urine, and it is proportionate to the ingested protein with a ratio of 5:1 between urine nitrogen and inorganic sulfate. So the amount of protein intake, it is proportionate to the ratio of 5:1. That is 5 times more of the protein food if it is taken. You will see that 1 times the nitrogen is the sulfate is excreted out between the urine nitrogen and inorganic sulfate. Then the ethereal sulfur or the conjugated sulfates. It is about 10% of the total excreted sulfur, and this includes the organic combination of sulfur excreted in the urine. It consists of the sulfuric esters of certain phenols. It also forms no precipitate on addition of acidified barium chloride. Some of the phenols are derived from the putrefaction of protein in the large intestine. Putrefaction means some large, we can say particles of the proteins, or not large particles, but we can say the brittle like proteins. The putrefaction means we will say the more granular form of the or crystallar form of the proteins breakdown are seen in the large intestine. So this it forms no precipitate on addition of acidified barium chloride. Some of the phenols are derived from the putrefaction of protein in the large intestine. Then clinically, the ethereal sulfate is that of indoxyl indican, which is formed from bacterial decomposition of tryptophan in the large intestine. And normally 5 to 20 milligram of indicans are excreted, and the amount increases in constipation. So in cholera, typhus or gangrene of lungs, sufficient indican is excreted. Indoxyl liberated from indican is oxidized to indigo blue on exposure to air. And the last is the neutral sulfur. These are unoxidized sulfur and contained in cysteine, taurine, thiocyanate or sulfides. They do not vary with the diet. They are mainly the end products of endogenous metabolism. So here we will stop today, students.